Malaysia.
Labour market conditions are expected to be significantly affected due to the contraction in economic activities. In particular, the unemployment rate is projected to peak in the second quarter as firms undertake drastic measures to cut costs amid longer halt in operations and weak demand.
The Movement Control Order, or the MCO, has been enforced nationwide in Malaysia since March 18.
Evolving from a healthcare crisis into a financial one, shuttering businesses, upending industries, and placing
the number of unemployed persons in the country was roughly increased by 85,000 people in March compared to the previous month. Malaysia unemployment rate had increased from 3.3% in February to 3.9% in March.
Dang it. Like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, every day can be a better day despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way you're around it. Everyone falls down sometime, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay.
During a recession, the unemployment rate increases and it is important to study unemployment. To understand unemployment, we have to know what is labor force. Labor force can be defined as people above the 16 years old, not in any institutions, and who are either employed or unemployed but actively seeking for jobs. Unemployment means labor force participants being available and willing to work but unable to find jobs. Now, let's focus on the types of unemployment. There are 4 types of unemployment, which are frictional unemployment, cyclical unemployment, structural unemployment, and seasonal unemployment.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you guys about frictional unemployment. Frictional is the unemployment which exists in any economy due to people being in the process of moving from one job to another job. A person may look for another job for a better opportunities, salaries, or any other benefits because of dissatisfaction with previous job. An analysis shows that frictional exists because of both jobs and workers are heterogeneous. This is because of the mismatch between job seekers and available jobs in the market. But for your information, frictional unemployment isn't harmful to an economy. An increase in frictional unemployment means more workers are moving to a better position. In fact, frictional unemployment benefits the economy. It allows companies more opportunities to find qualified workers. Okay, for the solution, there are several policies to reduce frictional unemployment, include educational advice, information on available jobs and workers, and relocation of industries and services. That's all, thank you.
Cyclical unemployment occurs when there is a lack of jobs resulting from downsizing in a business cycle or recessions. Whenever the economy falls into recessions, the unemployment will increase. This means the demand for goods and services decrease, company close down, and the firm have to let off the workers to cut costs. Cyclical unemployment is a serious concern because it happens involuntarily. However, it is temporary. One concrete example of cyclical unemployment is when automobile workers are let off because the company need to cut the labor costs. During this downturn, people are buying fewer vehicles, so the manufacturer does not need as much workers to meet the demands. So, keep in the mind, cyclical unemployment is directly related to macroeconomic situation in the economy. It will rise at the time of recessions and reduce when the economy start recovery.
Structural unemployment. Structural unemployment refers to a mismatch between job available and also skill level of unemployment. Unlike cyclical unemployment, structural unemployment is caused by forces other than business cycle. It occurs when an underlying shift of economy makes it difficult for people to find jobs. One of the reasons of structural unemployment is technological advancement. This often happens in manufacturing industry. Robots have been replacing unskilled workers, which means in order for other workers to keep their job, they must get training in computer operation if they want to keep working in the same company. An example of structural unemployment is the US manufacturing firm General Motors closed down in Detroit due to strong international competition. These car workers become unemployed but were not qualified to gain jobs in area of labor vacancies such as teaching, doctor, electrician, and also IT. So how to deal with structural unemployment? With dealing with structural unemployment is using long-term policies. For example, investment in infrastructure can provide jobs for people who are displaced from dying industries. Secondly, providing education and training can also equip people to find employment in newly emerging sector of the economy.
Seasonal unemployment means that a person are being unemployed at a particular time for the year when demand are lower than the usual. It means that a seller's demand decreasing at the time. For example, job that are linked with holiday. It is relevant during holiday season. When the season comes, the seller's demand for baju kurung will be increased. But when the season ends, the seller's demand for baju kurung will be decreased and the sellers will be unemployed. Seasonal unemployment does not last eventually. It is mean that a seller does not being unemployed for a long time. There are pros and cons for this type of unemployment. Okay, let's talk about the pros first. The first point is, it is not as harmful as standard of unemployment. This means that the seller of unemployed are still being paid for part of the year, but it is not that they are not being paid at all for that year. Second point is, they are fairly predictable. It is happen on seasonal schedule. It means that the seller are already know when the time they will be unemployed. It will make so much easier for them to be prepared to face this situation. For example, they can make a preparation by saving money during their employment. Okay, let's go to the cons. For this point, workers are likely to earn less money. It is because they are not working for part of the year. Okay, let's go to the solution. The solution is the seller need to diversify the economy. They need to sell various products so that the demand will be increased.